Welcome everyone to last year of civil engineering. I am Professor Nandakishore Chougule teaching you quantity survey, estimation and valuation for this semester. Now, quantity survey, estimation and valuation, that is QSEV, has 5 credits for your exam. Then we have to give 80 marks of end semester exam. The duration for end semester exam is 4 hours. Then you have to give two internal assessments of each 20 marks. The average marks will counted in your final exam. The weightage of quantity survey estimation and valuation for a gate is 1 to 2 marks. Now, why QSEV? What is the importance of QSEV? Now, the importance of QSEV is for any structure that is that may be building, bridge, dam, or any etc. consist of various building materials. Due to rise in the cost of materials, the structure has to be designed so that it is safe and serviceable and economical. Now, without proper design and estimation, it may lead to the increase the cost of construction and it further affects the economical aspect of structures. A prior knowledge of various building materials is required for the construction and its controls. The cost of structure, save wastages of labors, then save the wastages of labors, and eventually it helps in giving the correct amount of required and quality of various materials required. It also gives the exact quantity of various materials required. It also helps in scheduling of man, material and machines, the all 5 aims of constructions to be used in a project at all stages. The scope of the subject includes estimating, then costing, then analysis of rate, then specifications of different materials, that may be general specifications or detailed specifications, then valuation, then tender and tender documents and contracts, etc. This is the all importance about the quantity survey, estimation and valuation subject. Now we will see some course objectives of this subject. Now the first course objective is we have to read, we have to understand and interpret the plans, sections, detailed drawings and specifications for a construction project. This is your first course objective. Then second one is you have to study the various methods of detailed estimation and approximate estimation. This is also one of the most important course objective. Then third one is third one objective is to emphasize the importance of relevant IS 1200-1964 codes and relevant Indian standard specifications, taking out the quantities from the given requirement of the work and drafting specifications. Then the fourth course objective is market survey. In market survey, there are n number of lines that may be to conduct the material and labor survey, to understand the current market rates, the current market scenario for various materials required for a construction industry, and the different categories of labors required for a construction. This is also one of the most important course objective. Then fifth one is your rate analysis and DSR. Now, rate analysis and DSR are connected to each other. DSR means district schedule rates. Every district will publish one schedule book for a rates of different items that we called as a DSR. Now the course objectives, we have to perform, we have to study the rate analysis for various items and standard and non-standard, the use of DSR in this process. How to use DSR in this process that you have to study. The next one is to study the process of tendering and its various stages, various types of contracts, its suitability, the validity as per the Indian Contract Act 1872, and the draft various clauses and conditions of a contract that you have to study in tender and contract documents. This is also your one most important course objective. Now, I already told that this is our introductory lecture for quantity survey. Now, just we will briefly go through the syllabus. In your syllabus, there are total 6 modules. We'll see one by one what we have to study in each module. The first module is your introduction. In introduction, you have to see the importance of course. Course means your this subject QSEV. I have just now explained the brief introduction about brief introduction and importance of QSEV that you have to see in introductory part. Then you have to see measurement systems for various items of civil engineering structure, then units of measurements for various items of work. The most important part, you have to stick to your basics and you should know the modes of measurements of different items used for a civil construction industry, so that you have to know, you have to do it by heart. Then next, is 1200 that you have to see in first module, that is introduction. Then second module is about specification and rate analysis. In specification, you have to see types and importance of specification. There are general specifications as well as detailed specification. You have to see both the general specifications and detailed specifications for a important items used for a construction industry. Then rules to be followed by drafting the specification, how you have to write the specifications of any item. There are some rules, you have to see that. Then in rate analysis, you have to see the importance and necessity, then factor affecting the rate analysis, then task work, then sources of material required, then study of IS 7272 regarding the labor output, then district schedule rates. I already told you about DSR that you have to also see in rate analysis. Then in rate analysis, important items of construction of works, how you have to calculate the rate analysis for important items, that we are going to see in the second chapter, specification and rate analysis. Now the third chapter is your estimates. Now in estimates, it divides in generally two types, that is your first one is approximate estimation and second one is your detail estimation. We have to see both approximate estimation and detail estimation. There are one problem of 20 marks, that is question number 1, which is compulsory, which is based on detail estimation. We have to solve that problem of detail estimation. That plan may be your RCC plan or that may be your load bearing plan. You have to do the detail estimation of that plan. This is your question number 1 compulsory for university examination. Right, in question number 4 or 5 there is one also problem on approximate estimation. The approximate estimation having 8 to 10 marks, that may be vary. You have to solve that approximate estimation also. Now in approximate estimation, what we have to see, we have to see the definition and purpose of approximate estimation, then methods for preparing approximate estimation and numerical based on methods, then various items such as administrative approval, then technical, what do you mean by technical sanction, what do you mean by contingency, what do you mean by work charge establishment, that all the technical terms we have to see in approximate estimation. And in detail estimation, we have to see definition and purpose of detail estimation, data required for preparation of detail estimation, then methods of detail estimations. We can do the detail estimation by using two methods. First one is your long wall short wall method and second one is your center line method. We have to see both the methods, long wall short wall method and center line method. Then what do you mean by bar bending schedule? Then what do you mean by what is the necessity of bar bending schedule? Preparation of bar bending schedule of various structure elements as per IS 2502 and prepare a detailed estimation of RCC frame structure. Most of the time, in university examination, the 70% you have to solve the RCC problem, and 30% there may be chances they will give you the load bearing problem. Now, the next module, that is module number 4, is your estimation of earthwork for roads and canals. Now, for on this chapter, there is one compulsory question of 12 marks to do the estimation of earthwork for roads. Maybe they will ask for canal, but 99% they will ask to do the estimation of earthwork for roads only. In this chapter, what we have to see, the methods of computing volume of earthwork, how we will calculate the volume of earthwork, such as a mean area method, mid section area method, prismoidal formula, then trapezoidal formula, spot level method. There are five methods for calculating the earthwork, and numerical based on any one method. Then how to draw the mass hole diagram and its necessity. Terms like a lead, what is meant by lead, what is meant by lift, all that technical terms related to that estimation of earthwork for roads and canals we are going to see in this chapter. For university examination, this chapter will come for a 12 marks. Then tender and contracts. Most of the your theoretical part will come under this tender and contract documents. You have to compulsory solve one question on tender. Write a tender notice, which is 8 to 10 marks in question number 5 or 4. You have to draw that tender notice. This is also one compulsory question. In tender and contract notice, where we are going to see in tenders definition, then types of tenders, then tender notice, then pre-qualification of contractors, pre-bid meeting. What is meant by pre-bid meeting? What is the procedure for submission and opening the tender? All the technical terms we are going to see in these tender documents. And contracts. In contracts, we are going to see the basic definitions, then basic forms such as a valid contract, void contract, voidable contract, different types of contracts, then general types of contracts with their suitability, then what are the conditions of contract, which contract is suitable for which condition, all that terms and conditions we will see in this contract. This is tender and contract module which will come for almost 20 marks in your end semester examination. Then after that, in tender and contract, there is also one point, disputes resolution method. Means in case of there are some disputes between contractors or any two parties, then we have to solve that disputes. There is a law for solving the dispute. Then how we will solve these disputes? For that, causes of disputes resolution methods such as allegation, medication, arbitration, all that methods we have to see in tender and contract documents. Then last chapter, that is module number 6, is your valuation, which is also one of the most important module. Valuation, the weightage of valuation chapter is almost 20 to 30 marks for your end semester examination. There is also one problem on valuation. We are also solve that problem. That problem is on rent fixation or do the valuation for a property. Uh, all these type of problems will come under this valuation. In valuation, we are going to see difference between cost, price, and value. What is the difference between cost? What is meant by price and value? Then types of value, valuation, its purpose, various items such as a depreciation. What is meant by sinking fund, capitalized value, year purchase. These are all technical terms related to valuations. We are going to see one by one in valuation chapter. Then methods of valuation such as the rental method, land and building method, belting method. These are some methods of valuation we are going to see in valuation chapter. Then freehold properties, leasehold properties, then easement rights. These are comes under valuation, and also there are some numericals in valuation we are going to see in valuation. Now this is briefly about your syllabus. your modules and overall about the how the quantity survey subject is. Now I will suggest some reference book for all of you. Just kindly go through this reference book from library. Also you can purchase it. The M. Chakraborty is also one reference book which is quite good. Then B.N. Datta and B.S. Patil. These three books are sufficient for you. Either you can purchase it or take it from library. With this, I will stop here. Thank you.